Now then, welcome back to my channel. And I know it's been so long, but there is a reason for that. The weather. Way too hot. We've been struggling with the temperatures being in the high 30s and early 40s. Yesterday it was 41 in midday. So trying to do some wildlife photography has been really unattainable. Can't do it. It's just too hot. I've been coming out early in the morning, sitting in my hide, and by 9 o'clock it's getting a bit uncomfortable. It's getting way over into the late 20s by that time, and it's just too warm. But what I have noticed is, for some reason, the woodland has been empty with wildlife. Nothing's coming in, apart from the odd great tit, blackcap, tree sparrow. But that's it. Now, I don't know really, I haven't got an explanation for it. Maybe it's because it's way too hot for them and they're trying to find cover elsewhere in cooler woodland areas. Because obviously this bit now where I do my photography is open. I've cleared it out. There's not a lot of hiding places to keep cool. So maybe that's the reason. I don't really know. I mean, I've been keeping an eye on it, and it's not because of any sparrowhawks coming in or out. I've not seen a sparrowhawk for weeks, to be honest. So it's not that. There has been a couple of long-eared owls coming to roost behind me here in the thicket bit where I've not cleared out. But there again, I don't think that would affect the birds coming to the pool anyway, because obviously the owls don't hunt during the day unless they've got young, which we're past that stage now. I photographed one the other day actually as I was just walking past my office, and it was just sat there, and that was a young one from this year. But yeah, it's just been quite unusual really. I'd say from the late middle June it's gone really quiet, and I thought to myself, is it the weather? Is it there's that much abundance of food available, they're not coming for the seeds? I mean, here in my woodland, since I've started clearing out a little bit, I have found there's a lot of natural food here. There's lots of wild plum, there's lots of silver, which is very popular in Hungary because they make the pie linker out of that. I've got, I don't know, probably 10 trees in the woodland, but half of them's been hidden, and I've managed to clear out quite a few of them going up towards the back. So there's a lot of that. There's a couple of apple trees that I've found. There's a couple of fir trees that I've found that I've cleared around. So food-wise, there is an abundance. So maybe that's the reason. I really don't know. I can't put my finger on it, but I think the major one, is the heat. The birds are struggling with the heat, and I think they're just finding areas around that are proper thicket, and they're going low in the thicket to keep cool. I mean, even the owls, I've walked through the woodland a few times, and the owls have flown out on me, and they've been coming from, like about, they've been roosting really quite low. So I'm assuming that is to keep cool. But yeah, it's I've not been able to do it. I can't do any photography really when it's this warm. One, because I can't stand the heat, and two, there's nothing coming into the woodland for me to photograph. So I suppose when it was coming to the middle end of June, I were coming in early, and I was staying until like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock to try and photograph stuff, to try and get some footage really. But I've not really been successful. There's been nothing, interesting, different coming in that's I've not seen before. There was one day I came in and it was actually overcast. So I was quite looking forward to it. I was happy because it was overcast. And it did spit. It did rain for about 10 minutes, but only spits. And I had a nuthatch arrive. Now, I've had this woodland open photographing for like 4 years now. I have never seen a nuthatch. And one came in and it went around on every perch. It was digging for food in the wood. It did find a few bugs, which I've caught on video. I'll put that out for you. But yeah, it's the first nuthatch I've seen, which is quite strange really, considering I'm in a woodland and they're a woodland bird. But since that day, I've not seen it since. Now, it's not to say that it's not been in here, it's just that I'm not in here for as long periods as normal because of the heat. But yeah, a nuthatch, I was so happy to see the nuthatch. There's been the turtle dove. The turtle dove is still around, and that comes in occasionally. Obviously not as often as it should for me, but there again, heat. So there's been not too much happening on the vlogging side, if I'm brutally honest. I did put 3 videos up a couple of weeks ago, just to show that I'm still alive and I'm still doing a bit. I'd selected them from my other channel, Our Life After 50, for when I first retired, the moving process from England to Hungary. But I did start doing a bit of wildlife photography then, but I just wanted to put it up just to show you how it was before I had the woodland and how much better my photography has come along since I've actually made a setup. And the difference is, well, I think so anyway. For me, it's way, way, way better in here. Now I've got in here. So with that aside, I even was looking at doing some macro photography with some insects, but there again, I looked around last night here in the woodland at my logs on the floor, and I had a look around the logs. No insects, nothing. There's the odd butterfly that I can catch maybe, but bugs on the flowers, nothing. Bugs on the vegetable patch, apart from ants, nothing. But there again, maybe it is the heat. I've never experienced this before. I'll just pause the video there. I did actually get some bugs, but this was like 11th of June. So it was quite some time ago, really. Little baby praying mantis. We can see how small it is. And then a couple of other bugs. It's just, like I said, I've not seen any. It's unreal, really. So let's get back to the main vlog, shall we? I know Hungary is warm in summer, but this is not unusual, to have temperatures at 30 odd degrees and 40 degrees. This is normal in Hungary. It's been like that since I've been here. Sometimes it's been extended a bit longer than we thought it would. We've watched the weather and it says it's going to rain tomorrow, and tomorrow comes and it's blue sky, and it doesn't rain. So we haven't had proper rain for about 6 weeks, 7, 8 weeks, possibly. I've had 2 days of cloudy, and it showered for a couple of bits. We had one downpour, I think, at the beginning of June, which lasted probably 10-15 minutes. But since then, we've had nothing, no water, nothing. So, yeah, I'm convinced it's the heat, and the birds aren't happy with the heat. They're trying to find places to hide, to keep cool. There was a blackbird next to the veranda that we do put some water out from there. I watched it, it came in panting away, and it went and sat in the water, and then I came out 10 minutes later and it had passed away. It was young. It was a fledgling from this year. It had all its tail feathers, and it was like, well, it was I would say a teenager, but obviously the heat took its life, which is sad, really. And I've seen a few deaths, if you will, with some young birds around the woodland. Maybe it is. Maybe it's just the heat. So, get that gripe out of the way. In the times that I have been in the hide, and I've been trying to get some footage for you, even though I've been only in a couple of hours, but I've been doing it over 3, 4, 5 weeks, I have managed to get some pictures and a little bit of footage, but nothing substantial. So I think I'll go into the office, I'll load up some stuff for you to have a look at, especially with the nuthatch and perhaps turtle dove and a few other bits and bats. And I'll load them up for you and see where we go from there.
Well, this is the nuthatch. Started recording this with the R6 and the 100 to 500 lens in slow motion. It's only at 100 frames per second because that's the limitation of the R6 Mark 1, if you will. But I couldn't believe it to see this in my garden and on one of my perches. But yeah, it went travelling everywhere. It moved around, and this is the bit I think where it catches the butterfly or moth, maybe. Oh, there we go. Right, good go at it. And then it just bounced around. It had a look around the woodland a bit, going onto every perch. And there you just can see the rain spots. Just a few drips there. The next clip coming up, it was a little great tit, and it was on the some sunflower. I just had to film it because it was so funny. It couldn't take its weight and it tippled off and went down to the ground. So cute. Let's get on to the pictures then, shall we? These are all the pictures that I've managed to get within this time frame that I've been talking about. And there's all sorts, really. I'll not go through all the names of them.
So I hope you enjoyed all that. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free, but it helps my channel. And I'm a few away now from anything, so I just could do with a few more. Oh, I've been talking about a sparrowhawk, and one's just come in and seen me and flew off. Would you believe it? Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one, hopefully when the weather cools down a bit.